Known to have a myriad of natural beauties and have a very beautiful potential in the form of natural resources and socio-cultural areas located in the middle of the island of Java. This is also known as the center of Javanese culture, namely the province of Central Java. Central Java has many regencies that have a million beautiful places and tourism destinations, two of which are Magelang Regency and Solo Regency. Magelang is one of the cities in the Central Java province which has a strategic position because it is on the main road from Semarang to Yogyakarta. Although small, Magelang city has many interesting places that are worth visiting, including culinary tours of Borobudur Temple, Mendu Temple, and so on. Magelang is also known as the military city because it is the center of the military academy school. Magelang city consists of 3 sub-districts and 17 sub-districts. In 2017, the population is estimated at 129,303 people, an area of 16 square kilometers with a density of 8,051 people per square kilometer. One of the most famous tourist attractions in Magelang is Mendu Temple. Mendut itself comes from the words Venu, Vana, Mandira, which means a temple in the middle of a bamboo forest. G.G. de Kasparis said that the Mendut temple was built during the reign of the Sailendra dynasty. This is evidence from the Karangtengah inscription per year 1824 AD. In the inscription, it is stated that King Indra built a sacred building and then gave it the name Venuwana. By the Kasparis, the Venuwana building or bamboo forest is interpreted as Mendut Temple. The building material for the temple is actually brick covered with natural stone. This building is located in a high basement, so it looks more elegant and sturdy. The stairs go up and the entrance faces southwest. Above the basement, there is a passage that surrounds the body of the temple. The roof has 3 floors and is decorated with small stupas. The number of small stupas installed now is 48 pieces. On the walls of the Mendu temple, there are reliefs that are related to the life of Buddha. There is a relief of Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara on the south wall of the temple. It appears the Buddha is sitting on his throne made of lotus flowers or what is often referred to as Padmasara. On the right side of this relief, there is also a relief of Dewi Tara who is kneeling on the Padmasara. And on her left, there is also a woman who is also on the Padmasara. Above the reliefs, there is a relief that looks similar to 2 clouds. We continue to one of the famous culinary in Malang, namely Kupat Tahu Magelang. Kupat Tahu, this is one of the legendary culinary from Magelang. This Kupat Tahu is made from a mixture of kupat and tofu, which is also mixed with fried eggs that are fried crispy and mixed with celery, sprouts, and boiled cabbage. Then doused in a sauce made from a mixture of nuts and brown sugar. The difference from the others, the sauce is more watery. The price is quite cheap. One portion is only 15,000 rupiah. If you travel to Magelang, don't forget to taste this Magelang style Kupat Tahu. Magelang has many cultures, one of which is Topeng Ireng dance. Topeng Ireng is one of the traditional arts that developed in Magelang Regency, Central Java. Topeng Ireng, also known as Dayakan art, is a new form of folk dance created as a result of the metamorphosis of Kubro Siswa's art. The main attraction of Topeng Ireng art, of course, lies in the customs of the dancer. Colorful feather ornaments similar to the crowns of Indian chiefs adorn the heads of each dancer. The makeup of the dancer and the clothes of the dancer are also like that of the Indians, tufted and full of cheerful colors. Meanwhile, for footwear, they usually wear gladiator shoes or boots with rolling bracelets. Topeng Ireng dance is actually easy to learn because of its simple movements. The main point of this dance is cohesiveness. The more dancers who participate, the more beautiful the collaboration will be. Topeng Ireng performances are usually held when there are curtain events such as village clean ceremonies, cultural carnivals, folk festival, and other traditional and cultural art events. Solo City, or better known as Surakarta, an autonomous region with the status of a city under the province of Central Java, Indonesia, with a population of 523,000 people and a density of 12,000 square kilometers. The city is bordered by Karanganyar and Boyolali regencies in the north, Karanganyar and Sukoharjo regencies in the east and west, and Sukoharjo regency in the south. This city is also the third largest city in southern Java after Bandung and Malang by population. At present, the name Surakarta is used in formal government situation, while the name Sala or Solo refers more to general mention that are modified by cultural aspect. The word Sura in Javanese means courage and Karta means prosperous, with the hope that Surakarta becomes a place where its inhabitants are people who always dare to fight for the good and prosperity of the country and nation. The motto of the city of Solo is Mulat Sarira Ang Rasawani, which means self-introspection and feeling brave, and the slogan of Solo City is the spirit of Java. In addition to culture, Solo has a special food, namely nasi timlo. In Solo, timlo is a very popular food for breakfast and lunch. For information, several timlo restaurants in Solo have been selling this food since the 1916. Timlo has a savory and fresh taste like soto, but also has a soup taste in it. Some people who have tasted it even mention that timlo is a combination of soto and soup flavors. The seasoning used in timlo soup is very simple, only nutmeg, garlic, pepper, and fried onions. Timlo is usually served with hot rice. You can find chicken meat, chicken liver, empal, shrimp, egg rolls, dumplings, vermicelli, noodles, pindang eggs, carrots, or mushroom in timlo sauce. In addition, each stall has its own characteristic of timlo contents. The price of this timlo rice is only 25,000 rupiah. It is complete with rice. The road to Solo is not complete if you don't visit the tourist destination. One of the tourist destinations that is quite famous in Solo is the Sangiran Archaeological Museum. In 1977, at Sangiran site, a museum was established under the name Sangiran Prehistoric Museum. Before the Sangiran Prehistoric Museum was established, all the fossils were placed in the house of the then Krikilan village head, Toto Marsono, because Toto Marsono house was no longer big. A Sangiran Prehistoric Museum was established. This museum was founded with the theme Appreciation of the History of Human Civilization. Sangiran Archaeological Museum is an archaeological museum located in Kalijambe, Sragen Regency, Central Java, Indonesia. This museum is adjacent to the Sangiran Ancient Fossil Site area, which is one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The Sangiran Museum and its archaeological sites, apart from being an attractive tourist attraction, are also the most important and most comprehensive research arena on prehistoric life in Asia and even the world. Solo Batik Carnival, or also known as Solo Batik Carnival, is an annual event held by the Surakarta city government using batik as the main ingredient for making costume. The carnival participants will make carnival costume with determined themes. The participants will wear their own costume and walk on the catwalk on Jalan Slamet Riyadi. This carnival is held every year in June since 2008 and still exists today. If you are interested, don't forget to visit to the Magelang and Solo district.